about what exists on the far side of the moon. Things are always viewing the same side of the moon due to the phenomenon of tidal locking. This causes the moon to rotate around its own axis in approximately the same time as it takes to orbit the Earth. So we know about features such as Mount Hadley and the Sea of Tranquility. On the side of the moon, astronomers can observe. But what about the side facing away from us? Are there beings living or working there? Why have there been no manned moon landings missions since 1972? Here are 5 astonishing disclosures about what exists on the far side of the moon. Number 5. Huge elevated towers. Unexplained images have emerged from various space missions over the years of massive structures which look artificially built, if in some cases badly battered by meteorites. The Shard is a 1.5 mile high bowling pin shaped monolith with close-up revealing a cellular-like internal structure. It is located close to the Tower Cube, a 7 mile high structure topped by an astonishing glass cube with multi-layered reflective glass-like panes in a geometric design on a supporting tripodal base. This structure has been cross-confirmed with images from other moon missions, proving its definite presence in this location. Number 4. Evidence of colonisation. There is further major evidence of colonisation of the moon, whether recently and perhaps also dating back millennia. Many artificial objects have been pictured emerging from and seemingly built on the moon's surface. These mysterious objects resemble a fortress next to what may be a huge cannon-like weapon and a miles-wide satellite dish. Another remarkable object, which has been named the Castle, hangs as if suspended 7 miles above the moon's surface. This is geometrically designed with a cellular structure and glass-like panes. Again, its existence has been confirmed by multiple sightings and the fact that its shape varies with the angle of viewing. An EM-enhanced photograph of the castle shows that it is indeed hanging from a drooping cable. Other images which show inexplicable objects on the moon's surface include the strange mechanical-looking object which does not accord with any known human space junk, and this immense humanoid figure, like a large statue, and seeming to cast a shadow, caught in a still photograph by an unmanned mission. Another complex and mystifying structure is what appears to be a massive geometrical building with straight raised terraces and a large rectangular opening. Situated next to the Zeeman crater, this object was evident in original 1960s images, but has allegedly been airbrushed out by NASA in 2012, as it no longer appears in Google images of the same coordinates. Similarly, of the millions of high-resolution images obtained from the 2 flybys of the Galileo far-side moon mission from 1991 to 1992, only 8 are publicly available, leading to the question, what are they hiding? The Clementine project was a 1994 photo reconnaissance mission to map and investigate every square inch of the moon to both undertake geological research and check for alien bases. Dr. John Brandenburg, who participated in the project, recalls watching footage of what appears to be warring spaceships and later viewed the NASA photographs of a sprawling miles-wide rectilinear complex and other structures obviously not human-made. Number 3. Mysterious flares and lights. For over 1,000 years, scientists have recorded what are called transient lunar phenomena, or short-lived, sometimes coloured bursts of light seen on the moon's surface. While some may have been caused by natural phenomena such as outgassing, others, like these blue hovering lights filmed in one of the first Apollo missions, cannot be explained. Often seen around and on the moon's horizon, These have been found not to be due to faulty film footage. One UFO observer has also captured this mysterious pulsing green light in the Aristarchus crater of the Moon, which switches on then just as suddenly switches off. Consistently, reddish and bluish glows have been observed in the Aristarchus crater. In 1969, German astronomers observed a bright blue light in the crater and requested NASA that the then operational Apollo 11 missions check this out. Neil Armstrong reported back that the crater was indeed illuminated with a bright fluorescence. There were over 400 reports of luminescence of the Aristarchus crater up to 1978. These data are now suppressed and no longer documented by NASA. And of the 2.5 million images collected by the Clementine operation, 1 million appear to have been blocked from the public domain by the US military. Is this a cover-up? Number 2. Alien landings. There seems some considerable evidence that alien craft are able to easily visit the Moon. In 1971, in his role as the Apollo 15 lunar module pilot, US astronaut James Irwin filmed this fleeting glimpse of what appears to be a saucer craft hovering close to the mission base, as if observing the crew's activities. The dome shape and shadow beneath the craft are quite discernible. Many images also exist of huge cigar-shaped craft hovering above the Moon's surface, with the shadow cast also evident. There have been 6 manned moon landings, all US NASA missions between 1969 and 1972, but no manned flights since then, with the last planned Apollo mission being cancelled at the last minute. Some commentators have suggested that NASA has been warned to stay away from the Moon. Astronaut Neil Armstrong has certainly stated this, and that there were huge threatening crafts there. Astronaut Buzz Aldrin, when interviewed, confirmed seeing the blue lights of the UFOs following their craft, however refused to check photographs of the built structures. According to Otto Binder, an ex-NASA employee, the secret transmission channel was censored by NASA, but he had heard astronauts report huge alien spacecrafts parked on the lunar surface at the centre of the Sea of Tranquility, which had been selected for the Apollo 11 landing. He recalled this transmission. "These babies are huge, sir. Enormous. Oh my God, you wouldn't believe it. I'm telling you, there are other spacecraft out there, lined up on the far side of the crater edge. They're on the Moon."
My name is Johnny Vo. I've joined November 2019. I was a machinist. We're doing
watching us. This was later confirmed by another ex-NASA employee with high-level skills and clearance called Maurice Chatelain, who, in his 1978 book, documented that 2 alien craft were hovering and others lined up behind a crater observing Neil Armstrong's historic moonwalk. Chatelain made the claim that all Apollo and Gemini flights were followed, both at a distance and sometimes also quite closely, by space vehicles of extraterrestrial origin, flying saucers, or UFOs, if you want to call them by that name. Every time it occurred, the astronauts informed Mission Control, who then ordered absolute silence. It is believed in the UFO community that former astronauts would like to say more, but face a treason charge if they do. The Disclosure Project has brought forward other witnesses. Carl Wolf was an officer at Langley Air Force Base in Virginia in the 1960s when he was shown a mosaic of satellite images of the Moon's far side. These revealed many buildings, some quite large, including towers, round structures, and objects resembling radar dishes. Another witness, Donna Hare, worked for a NASA subcontractor. She saw images of UFOs on the Moon and met the technician whose job it was to airbrush them out. She stated that there were 3 alien craft on the Moon at the time of the landings, and that they had become such a common sight that the code description used by astronauts was Santa Claus. Engineer Vito Saccheri was permitted by NASA and the CIA to view Moon photos in 1979. He reported seeing obvious machinery on the surface showing bolted sections, a UFO rising from the surface and photographed directly above a crater. The unmistakable figure of a rectangular structure placed squarely in the biggest crater pictured a perfect three-dimensional view. Although prohibited from taking notes or recording what he saw, Sacheri recalled a transcript which confirmed that the Apollo astronauts were switching to a secure station to report classified communications. In one transmission, he read, "Mission Control, we've got Santa Claus coming over the hill," followed by the command from base to switch to another station. Number 1. Evidence of mining activities. These track marks were originally thought to be created by moon sailing stones, which were thought to be able to move long distances when ice melted beneath them. However, with no wind and minimal gravity to cause such movements, these tracks remain unexplained and have been thought by some to have been caused by alien mining activities. It has been suggested that an alien species may be mining helium-3 from the vast supplies in the moon's crust. There is very little on Earth, and wanting exclusive rights to this source of nuclear fusion energy. One researcher has even examined what seems to be a deliberately blurred image and extrapolated a massive multi-plated mining machine which is able to move like a caterpillar over the moon's surface. The US military and the CIA have been accused of suppression of public knowledge and awareness of these far-side phenomena, lest they cause widespread panic and social dislocation. Jimmy Carter was the first US president to disclose to the world that he had seen a UFO. When running as a presidential candidate, he promised that if elected, he would try to release as much UFO and extraterrestrial information as possible, as long as this did not endanger national security. 5 months after his inauguration in 1977, Carter insisted on and did receive a briefing on these matters. A highly qualified and credible source reported that on being informed of far-side moon phenomena, Carter's response was to place his head on his hands and appear to weep. It was reported that the briefing had deeply upset him, but what was most disturbing to him was his powerlessness, despite being leader of the free world, to do anything about it.